Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for December 26, 2024, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We will be having a reverse aging health call tomorrow night, Friday, after 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Lots of stuff to talk about. Now, many of us, well, I would say all of us, when you recognize that the mind is like an overused machine that never gets a break and is always super busy all day long, spinning around its thoughts, chattering 1,000 miles an hour about this and that. It's as if your mind is caught in its own cranks, wheels, and gears, spinning in the same patterns for years that it once created. So it created all this stuff throughout this lifetime, and then it just constantly spins. And it pushes us, it pulls us, and it throws us into... This is why we have so many different energies that come in and thoughts. And this is why sometimes we feel like we're off track, off course. And pulled and pushed in many different directions. And we as a civilization, as a species, when you look at everything around you, again, practicing as an observer or watcher, not a participant, and you look as much as you can at all the different avenues that the civilization has taken throughout, from what you can be aware of, and how it's fared. And by being a watcher or an observer, you can really identify a lot of things that most don't take the time to do. This is why we are caught in this constant kind of a turmoil bath. But I believe that we are moving by our own decision, that living in the mind is truly and utterly, completely exhausting. It isn't our natural state of being. And several of us are finding out that there are many ways to get off. In other words, to disconnect from the mind. And when we have all these thoughts slamming into us, you may notice that you have the choice to react to them, or basically, you don't. You just watch them. A lot of us inadvertently grab onto all these different thoughts and we move them into our space, we move them into our reality, we give them power, and then we experience them. And we don't have to do that. And as we know, most of those thoughts, they're not ours. See, we've got thoughts that the mind's created. But then we have all these other thoughts that aren't ours. Well, you imagine the immensity of how many thoughts have been generated on this planet just in the last 1,000 years. But when we start to realize this, our motivation to master our thoughts, ego mind, is very high. We've experienced the mind for a very long time. The mind can be rude, mean, make us feel inadequate, can take us down these roads of thinking that can make us think there is no happiness inside. You see, we're the observers. We're not. People say, well, don't we participate? When I say, well, we have this vehicle, this body, and we're behind the scenes. We're watching everything. We're choosing to experience certain things, and others no, we're not. See, this is when I say we're the master and commander. That's real time. And it's our choice to decide that. And we find this observer, which is in you, is where we become the master of the winds of our psyche. We set the intention right now to recognize the personal nature of our typical storm. And when the mind is not us, it's not you. Never has been, never will be. Now, you may notice what are the concerns, responsibilities, and fears created by your mind. And how are they truly an illusion? There's really nothing that has to be done. All of us are connected with existence, and that is enough. Really is. We don't have to do anything to be someone special to continue to exist. That's the social structure that's been created by us on this planet in these bodies, which is basically the social structure, the society, however you want to label it, is, as I've said before, is the human psyche. Now, your mind may believe that something important needs to get done, pretty much, or else you will die. Yet this is the type of fear-based thinking that creates those 300-mile-an-hour winds and a hurricane lifestyle. I've said it often, is that when we rush, and it's really unsuspecting because we really don't know we're rushing, in other words, okay? It's not like, oh, hold it here. I'm not going to shift into high gear. I'm just going to take my time and take care of things. And it goes so much nicer. It's so much more wonderful to take that direction than it is the helter-skelter. You know? And anything can spark it. You could look at something, a clock, okay, and you look and you say, I got plenty of time, right? And then you go about what you're doing, and then you look again, and the time has just like accelerated, and now you're looking at it from a whole different perspective, saying, I'm going to be late. And then the gears kick in, and everything begins to accelerate. And you're rushing here and rushing. It's really unpleasant when you can sit back and kick back and look at it on how disruptive it is for us within our souls. Rushing damages the soul. See? Now, picture this. That how many of us get seduced by that? We're not really paying attention to it. It just is, it's what we do, right? And it takes a while to recover from rushing. Have you ever done that where you're in this high gear and you're going here, doing this and doing that, and you're going fast, and then you go, wow, finally got that done, and it's like you're exhausted. Not really physically, but there's another exhaustion spiritually, soul-wise, is what you're really feeling, deep within. We were not meant, okay, does it make any sense that we would create these bodies, okay, which have been really, let's say, messed with. Well, we create these bodies. We are omnipotently powerful, supreme, manifesting, abundant beings. Period. That's it. All of us. Every one of us. We all deserve the best of everything. Now, doesn't make any sense. See, we were taught, we were taught as a species, civilization, for a very long time, that we are not powerful, that we are none of these things. We are insignificant, that we're weak, that we're easily manipulated, that we're easily directed, misdirected, whatever. And that's all false. Because we're actually the opposite. Now, you program a civilization, generation after generation, and you have the civilization of today. Now, it isn't their fault. See, that's the interesting. It's not anybody's fault. Okay? It's just how the information has been brought into us throughout the ages. It becomes real clear. It's not complicated at all. And then some of us begin to discover and uncover the truth of it. They say, well, oh, wait a minute. Well, that's just what I was taught, but that's false. This is truth, which is a tremendous discovery. It isn't through anger, revenge, that's all ego mind. You just kind of kick back and go, now I'm unfolding and unraveling all of this that for a very long time has been hidden from us. And then we begin to discover that everything comes to you. Now, I know that goes against everything you've been taught. Everything comes to you. But there are some steps in that. What are those steps? Well, you practice in meditation and you practice leaving the ego mind alone so that you begin to master it. So that you move into the now, which is heart-minded. In these meditations, you move yourself into the now. So you're not focusing on ego mind at all, okay? Or the mind chatter, or all the noise, all the stuff that all of us are immersed in ego mind. So as we practice this and we become more and more in heart-mindedness and deep gratitude and gentle kindness, generosity, and humbleness with ourselves, we then realize that the ego mind, the difference between the two, the ego mind is gimme, 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 get, happy not, happy not, happy not, happy not, get, gimme, 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 gimme. And going after us, chasing and going and climbing and striving and all that stuff. When in the true reality, we attract it to us. It comes to us. Now, one might say, well, no, you got to work hard, you got to pound it, you got to do this, you got to do that. No, you don't. The energy that we are, and we are all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. That's the energy that we are. We're plugged into an unending collective consciousness, which is pure consciousness and beyond. And it's in all the beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, forever. That's astral plane, that's all the planes, that's all the existence, it's everything. And all of us are plugged into that. Not the body, okay, the God within it. We actually are connected always to it, because we are it, and it is us. There is no power higher, period. No power higher, no power closer, period. Now, doesn't that make sense? Now, we learn, we choose, okay, to discover these things. Something acts as a catalyst, a primer, and, you know, we call it waking up, whatever. And so we're drawn to certain things, and we start opening up to ourselves more, forgiving ourselves, you know, kind of cleaning out the gunk that we have drugged with us through lifetimes. And we realize that you, all of us, can attract anything we desire. Now, ego mind's a whole different ballgame, because what do we attract ego mind? We suffer, we have disappointment, we have attachment, we have expectations. That's ego mind. But heart-minded it's 100% confidence, but not the way we've been taught, where that's arrogance. Oh, that's all ego mind. Heart-minded is totally different. You know that you're an omnipotently powerful, supreme, manifesting, abundant being. That's it. You know that. It isn't a look at me type thing. That's ego mind. And by knowing that, you also know that your frequency dictates the waves of energy on how things will come to you and how things come for you. Right? The universe is always working for you, not against you. Now you can see how you build this. And then you start to say, well, this is what I want in this very moment. You're in meditation, and you send that out. Now, it's not sloppy. It's not haphazard. It's well thought out, and you send it out to the universe. It will manifest, period. There's no questioning, no doubt, no nothing. It will manifest. That's it. Now, obviously, things will come to us, right? And a lot of the times we don't embrace them, we just let them pass by. Others of us will have things come to us, and we'll be able to identify and say, this is what I asked for. And it comes in many different ways to us. So certain things will come in, and then you embrace them, and you go with them. So it's not like you're sitting in this big lounge in the sky, and everything's just being dumped at your feet. It's not like that. It's more as you're directing a frequency that is coming to you all the time. It's never not coming to you. The only way that it doesn't come to you is when you deflect it. And you deflect it through ego mind. You start questioning, you start doubting, you start fearing, you start wondering. All these things stop it from coming to you, for you. And it's all about frequency. So if your frequency isn't at the level that the universe is at, because that frequency is constantly streaming to each and every single one of us. So let's just say you drop down below that frequency. It usually doesn't matter what you do, because of the fact that you have created a vibrational frequency that's lower than your natural state of being. And when that happens, it's why so many people on this planet are so frustrated. Right? Gimme, gimme, you can see it. Gimme, 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 get, gimme, 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 get. Happy, 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 not happy, not happy, happy, not happy, happy, get, gimme, gimme. You know how it goes. That's how it goes. And this is why there's so much frustration. This is why there's so much stress. And that's why so many people aren't happy. Because they're so guided and directed by the ego mind, and they don't have a clue that that's what's going on. We are pure love. And not the romantic love. This love is way beyond that. Romantic love is just a little teeny piece of that. And it's the highest power. What people say, what about hate? Hate doesn't come close. The only way hate grows is that you embrace it. Rather than just say, not interested. We're the directors, right? We're the conductors. We're the actors. We're the producers. Everything. We do it all in our life. We direct, we might win, and we misdirect. We guide and we misguide. The whole fun part of this life is the discoveries that we make and that we apply to ourselves by our own choice. Is that we're all masters and commanders. You could say, well, then I'm a master and commander of my ego mind. Not yet, because you haven't mastered it. When you master the ego mind, it becomes your servant. Right now on this planet, many of us are its servant. One might ask, well then, what is truly our natural state of being? Heart-mindedness, gentleness, kindness. It's where we deeply and eternally love ourselves, always. We have forgiven ourselves. We have a deep, intimate relationship with ourselves. And then what you see is no judgment passes. Judgment leaves the planet. Higher vibrational light frequencies is what's really, truly eliminating the infection of pure evil from this planet. And, you know, it expands because we keep expanding. Who's directing it? We are, the gods that we are within these bodies, the pure consciousness. How long is it going to be here? As long as we are. I'm not talking about the body, I'm talking about the God, which is always. See, this is a whole different transition, transcendence, ascension, because it's permanent. One might say nothing's permanent. This is permanent. Why? Because it is orchestrated and built and directed by us gods. It is always and forever. It doesn't mean that we will not continue to experience. One might think that, well, then, you know, we'll just be nothing. We'll be so bored. Not true. We'll be challenged on many different fronts because that's what we like doing. Imagine and picture that you have this awareness, all right? You have it. Visualize and feel that through heart-mindedness in the quiet time of this meditation. So you have this. And you keep expanding, growing. And every crevice, every nook, every cranny, every area is saturated in this deep, eternal love light energy. Everywhere. So there's no escape from it. Well, how long is it going to be doing this? As long as we choose. The gods that we are. This was meant to be, believe it or not, this planet was meant to be a God planet paradise. It was set up for that. So the gods come in physical material form and experience, knowingly. Okay? It's actually a resort, a playground for the gods. That's how it was designed. And one might say, what happened? Well, we forgot who and what we are. That's what happened. And now we are moving out of that frequency into much higher frequency by choice, period. This reinforces through heart-mindedness that we are omnipotently powerful, supreme manifesting, abundant beings. And the gods that we are never die. So we will always create masterpieces. You may look at life and say, this isn't fun, it's not good or anything. And then on the flip side, through heart-mindedness, you go, I'm deeply grateful for the very moment I am in. Everything is perfect exactly as it is. That's it, doesn't change from that perspective. And remember, anything that changes isn't real. This is why you begin to embrace the comprehension that we create this. This is our entertainment. This is why we say, don't take this life so seriously. We're meant to have fun in it. We designed it that way. We're constantly creating. We do need to entertain ourselves as gods. So we create these bodies. We create these planetary systems. We create the galaxies. We create the universes collectively. Why? So we can experience across the great plane of existence and beyond. I join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body. Focus on your breath rising and falling. Practice being your own best friend. Just for today, offer a random act of kindness to yourself. The more friendly you can be with your own self, the better of a friend you will be with others. Everyone loves you when you love you. It's your turn to let go and allow in all of your love. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. And we'll return here Friday, December 27, 2024. After 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call. And after 9:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our reverse aging health call and all the rest. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times. No matter what's happening within you nor outside of you. Open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.